So Letitia James, I feel like she really took her career to the next level after suing Trump. I feel like that's the first time I ever heard about her is because mainstream news, $250 million roughly. You know, that's no small feat. Attorney General of New York makes President Trump pay that much money. That's crazy, right? So, you hear about her, you think she's this woman for justice, what she stands for checks and balances. And then all of a sudden, you find out that she's one of the biggest fraudsters in the game. But I've been telling you guys, man, I've been saying it, I've been preaching it. Majority of politicians are fraudsters and crooks. Any pure-hearted politician, in my opinion, gets stomped out and pushed down to the wayside because corruption reigns, in my opinion. How do politicians become millionaires? It seems over a couple of 4, 5, 6 years, they're millionaires all of a sudden. So anyway, we're now witnessing a back and forth between Trump and Letitia James, and I think this thing is going to get ugly because now it's just like the messy friend group that's starting to expose each other's secrets. They both got them, and they both know that they've been doing it for a long time. So anyway, we have Letitia James apparently striking back to President Trump with another lawsuit. Now, this involves a bunch of programs being shut down. Some of them involve childcare. Some of them involve services for veterans, 9/11 responders, things like that. So she's suing him over that context. But I can't help but think that this is just retaliation for her entire life being flipped upside down. Because listen, mortgage fraud is a serious thing, especially if you own the building and you're misrepresenting how many people live there. One would say that's on par with Trump. So this, again, like I said, this thing is going to get ugly simply because it seems like there's two people who will unrelentingly fight against each other until someone becomes victorious. But you guys let me know what you think. This is her lawsuit that she's posting. We're going to get the sob stories. We're going to get the sad and terrible things that happen in society to evoke emotion. But at the end of the day, I think this is to gain support for this push against Trump. Let's go ahead and check this thing out, man. It's pretty spicy. We're here in the building. We're vibing. We're chilling. What's up, Gilly, Jules, Just Because? How you doing? So basically, Letitia James, right, costed Trump $250 million in terms of inflating his assets and just basically lying, right? She says, not the art of the deal. What Trump is doing is the art of the steal. Ooh, that shit hits. Tiffany Henyard could never. It's not the art of the deal, it's the art of the steal. Damn it, that shit is crazy. Right? Something you can get behind. Something you can get behind. We don't want the art of the steal. We want the art of the deal, okay? We want equality. You know what I'm saying? And tranquility. And nobody stealing from one another. Well, guess what? She went after Trump, and apparently she has a few skeletons in her closet. Now, one thing I never understood, well, what I'll say is one thing I've learned really early on is learn how to choose your battles. Don't pick a fight with somebody who can destroy you. That's what I would say. Don't pick a fight with someone who could destroy you. Or let's just say they can't destroy you. Don't pick a fight when you have skeletons in your own closet. Now we're talking about mortgage fraud, all the others, all the sorts of things spanning back from the 80s, before your dog was born, before I was even around. That shows you that if you want to be a politician, you want to be a public figure, this and that, man, clean up that closet. Sweep it up, clean it up, chase the bats away, put the mothballs down, and then go to work. But anyways, let's go ahead. She is, I guess, retaliating with another lawsuit. Now, this is obviously current administration situations, but I find it interesting that she's launching another lawsuit amid all these allegations that apparently can be proven. So let's go ahead and check out this new lawsuit. Letitia James. No, I think it's Letitia, something like that.
Survivors is on and survivors is on track to lose the doctors needed to certify new cancer diagnosis. 9/11 heroes will be denied care because this administration chose to fire their doctors. And at the same time, children in New York and across the country are at risk of losing access to Head Start,
Type shit.
one of our most essential early childhood programs. With grant support frozen and regional offers shuttered, Head Start
SJ?
centers are facing delayed funding, staffing shortages, and a very real threat of closure. And that would mean children losing meals, losing classrooms, and losing critical care. It would mean foster families with no one to turn to for help. And it would mean working parents forced to choose between their jobs and their children. In just a few short weeks, this administration has unraveled decades of progress in the midst of a mental health.
I hate the tone, man. It's the same mumble jumble bullshit that, okay. We have the cocky politician like Trump. Don't give a fuck, they say anything, people relate to that. And then we have the heartfelt politician. And in my opinion, those are the politicians that piss me off the most, because I know you don't give two rats' asses tiddly fucks about my life and what I'm going through. Let's just keep it real. All these programs, the only reason she's fighting for these programs now, in my opinion, now that I've seen what's happening, is because it benefits her. So if something doesn't benefit this lady, she's not doing it. I don't want to compare. She's 10 times smarter than Tiffany Henyard, but if you go down to it, she's just getting stuff that she wants with her power. She's not here to help the people. That's bullshit. I prefer a politician tell me, like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck about you, but I'll drop this type of I'll do a certain program to help you out if you get me into office. I hate we care about you, and the one country is a family and we need to stick together. Man, shit. There's some people like that are genuine, but majority of the time it's just like vomit. Like, I just like, ew, get away from me, please. Maybe I just have a bad history with politicians. I don't know.
Health and addiction crisis, this administration fired half the staff at our nation's mental health and substance abuse agency, SAMHSA. First and only SAMHSA regional director for New York was removed, leaving no one in his place. They revoked opioid response funding. They gutted the 988 suicide hotline support team. They slashed reproductive health offices, wiped out the disability services teams, and fired the entire team that runs the low-income home energy assistance program. And they eliminated testing for lead poisoning in children. They dismantled the agency that oversees.
Now, I will say, a lot of things are happening. But I do find, she's the Attorney General. She's the AG, right? AG Tactical. She's going to do what she has to do. But I do find it interesting that she chooses now to go after Trump. This was like yesterday she did this, Amid all the bullshit that's coming her way, I think this is just a direct retaliation. This is going to get ugly. I've been saying this before. Again, this is not no little Tiffany Henyard bimbo. Let's keep that clear. This is the Attorney General of New York. So she has lawyers. She has power. She still is able to do things. And I just think that this is not the move that you want to make. I feel like the move that you should make in this situation is backtracking. No matter how bad the shit looks right now, you don't need to be going on the offensive. You need to be on the defensive, bro. This is clear. This is 100% an attack against Letitia James. You mean to tell me you're going to attack back when there's actual evidence? Listen, Trump paid. That lawsuit's over. You, on the other hand, have some shit that's pending. I just don't see. Listen, it's the art of war. Maybe I don't understand it. I'm like, General, no. Why would we do that, General? And the General says, no, full send ahead. Fuck it. Maybe that's how she feels. Maybe she's just more experienced in the art of war. But in my opinion, this is just going to piss him off more. This lawsuit going to go about as well as the latest impeachment attempt went. Well, she got him to pay in the last lawsuit, so who knows? If she's able to make him bleed in this upcoming lawsuit, oh my God. Listen, this might be a story for the rest of the year. Because, this is some vindictive shit that's going back and forth right now on both sides, in my opinion. And I think maybe she's really leaning into it because that's how she really got put on the map. Everybody heard about that when Trump got sued. You know what I mean? That really put her, I'm sure that put her higher up in position. So maybe she's just doubling down. She's doing what she does best. But fuck, man. You got apparently staff members that can confirm that you are doctoring mortgage documents. That's not good.
Meals on Wheels, leaving local providers scrambling to keep seniors fed and safe, and eliminated the scientists responsible for tracking HIV, tobacco use, and fertility treatments. They even fired the experts who calculate the federal poverty guidelines, the numbers we use to determine who qualifies for Medicaid, SNAP, Head Start, and housing assistance. Without those numbers, millions could lose access to the help they need to survive. This is not how government is supposed to work. These actions are dangerous, cruel, and illegal. They defy Congress's authority, and they violate federal law. And that is why today I am leading a lawsuit joined by Democratic attorneys general across the country.
All right, let's hold on. Let's see what this lawsuit's about. She's, I'm sure, going to explain it. Letitia James, new lawsuit. Let's see what's going on with this. Let's figure out what's going on with this. 20 state attorney generals sue Trump admin to restore health agency. 20 state attorneys. I think they're all from New York, though. It's 20 state attorneys under her. So it's like from her attorney general's office. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lawsuit claims the Department of Health and Human Services is unable to carry out vital functions due to staffing cuts and closing of 13 agencies. I know Doge is pissing people off. I haven't really done my research in Doge, but I know that just saying that word is going to set somebody off in the fucking chat. This administration is not streamlining federal government. They are sabotaging it, she said in a statement. When you fire the scientists who research infectious disease, silence the doctors who care for pregnant people, and shut down programs that help firefighters and minors breathe or children thrive, you're not making America healthy. You're putting countless lives at risk. Okay, so it's pretty much what she's saying here. The lawsuit is alleging that necessary functions are being cut out. These types of lawsuits, folks, they take time and typically they go nowhere, in my opinion. We've seen this happen with the Tiffany Henyard saga. Like, these people shoot lawsuits at each other every day. Shit, and you want to know where your tax money is going, but anyway.
To stop this administration from tearing down our public health infrastructure. We are asking the court to halt the unlawful dismantling of HHS, to stop the mass firings, and to restore the life-saving programs that millions of Americans depend on, including 9/11 responders, children, and New Yorkers whose lives depend on HHS. And now, I'd like to invite Chanel Portia Albert to say a few words. Chanel is the founder and executive director of Ancient Song Doula Services. Chanel?
What's up, Christina McWilliams? How you doing? smash the like button. I appreciate you. Everybody hit the like button for the late night stream. Just a little catch up with y'all, man. It's been a long ass day, but it felt unnatural to not do something on this channel with you lovely people. So welcome in all 68 of y'all. All 69. That's my favorite number. Shit. Hello? Miss? Hello, miss? Miss! Your mic is off.
Thank you very much for hosting this press.
Oh, she figured it out. Somebody must have messaged her. Look at her eyes. Her eyes go down. She's like, oh, fuck. Look at her eyes. And then look at her eyes. She's like, oh.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, it happens to the best of us. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this lawsuit pumping. Because I already know the retaliation on this shit's going to be brutal.
Very much for hosting this press conference today. As mentioned, my name is Chanel Porche Albert, and I am the founder and executive director of Ancient Song. We are standing at a critical crossroads in our country, one where the lives of mothers and babies hangs in the balance. The ongoing stripping away of our maternal health infrastructure through the dismantling of crucial information on access to IVF and family planning, and the defunding of entire departments dedicated to maternal and reproductive health is not coincidental. It is a clear signal. Mothers and babies are not being prioritized. We live in one of the most industrialized nations in the world, yet we fare far worse than our global counterparts. This is not because we lack the ability to give birth, but because of the social conditions we are forced to contend with. In a nation as wealthy and resource rich as the United States.
She said not living as good as our counterparts. I'd say fuck it. Go live in North Korea. Tell me how that goes for you. Go hit the North Korean border real quick and tell me how Kim's running shit type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. You know. But obviously this is to rile up a certain group of people. And shit, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I feel like both sides are full of shit half the time. 75, 80, 90% of the time. I don't care what side you are. Republican, Democrat, motherfucking purple, blue, alien. Shit. Half the time they're full of shit. So, you know.
We should not have people choosing between care and survival, between feeding their families or attending a postpartum visit. We are not failing due to our lack of innovation or our knowledge. And we are failing because we lack the political will to protect the people who bring life into this world. This crisis will only grow deeper, with long-term consequences for generations to come, unless we act now. That means investing in maternal health programs, funding community-centered care, strengthening data collection, and creating bipartisan policies that center equity, health, and dignity, not political agendas. So let me be clear. The dismantling and the erasure of maternal health infrastructure reveal a devastating truth that mothers and babies are not a priority in this nation. In one of the wealthiest, most industrialized countries, we rank lowest or the worst for maternal health outcomes. If we do not invest now in data programs and the policies rooted in equity and upliftment, we will bear the generational cost of this neglect.
Thank you, Chanel. Next, we will hear from Gary Smiley. Gary was an FDNY hazmat paramedic and one of the first responders to the World Trade Center on 9/11. He now serves on the World Trade Center Medial Advisory Steering Committee, and he is a tireless advocate for his fellow heroes. Gary?
Good afternoon, Madam Attorney General. Thank you for having me. Since February, the cuts that are going on to the World Trade Center Health Program, a program that is probably the only governmental program that runs completely efficient with no waste, no fraud, and cares.
How do you know that? shit, no waste, no fraud. You're talking to a fraudulent person. You in the same sentence you said it's wonderful working for that agency because there's no waste and no fraud. When you're talking to a fucking fraudster, literally committing fraud, like the definition of fraud. Go look it up. Go look up fraud, and then go look up what she's being accused of doing. What are you talking about? No fraud. Listen, there's fraud in every section of government. Again, how do you think all these politicians get so rich after being in office for like 4 years through 5 years? You know, fucking millionaires making the best plays in the stock market. This is free of fraud. Okay.
For 141,000 responders and survivors is being gutted by the administration. They promised that they would not touch the program. They lied. They fired Dr. Howard, who is the director of the program, and then they said, oh, it's a mistake. They rehired him, and then we found out he wasn't rehired, he was fired. In the last few weeks, we have found that new people coming into the program with cancer have not been able to be certified for their cancer. When one of the clinics sends in a certification, Dr. John Howard or the other physicians that work with him sign off on the certifications. In the last couple of weeks, we know of at least 3 members of the FDNY, and there are probably dozens of others that were denied entry into the program. They said on Friday that that was fixed, but we don't know, and we don't know for how long. They say that new certifications are restarting again, but we don't know. They say Dr. Howard has been restored to full position, but that is not true. What we do know is true is that these men and women who survived one of the most horrific attacks on this country are now worried that their insurance is going to go away, that their life-saving care for cancer or other respiratory illnesses or psychiatric care is going to go away. It's causing irreparable damage. It has already caused irreparable damage.
Now I'd like to welcome Paula Inagwe from United Neighborhood Houses to discuss the threats Head Start programs are currently facing. Paula?
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to speak on this important issue. My name is Paula, and I'm a policy analyst at United Neighborhood Houses. United Neighborhood Houses is a policy and social change organization representing neighborhood settlement houses that serve New Yorkers from all walks of life. For nearly 6 decades, Head Start has provided comprehensive early learning, health, and family support services to over millions of children and families nationwide. In New York alone, Head Start and Early Head Start programs serve over 43,000 children across over 200 programs, including 15 settlement houses within our network, and employ more than 14,000 people. Just a few weeks ago, the federal government abruptly shut down 5 regional Head Start offices, including the one that supports New York.
Shit, my bad. My bad.
Leaving providers in the dark, unable to reach federal contracts, and unsure how to reassure the thousands of families who count on Head Start every single day. Applications are stalled, questions about funding for Head Start keep rising, and the fear of what comes next is growing among providers and families. The shrinking of the Department of Health and Human Services is clearly having devastating impacts on our neighborhoods and families. Undermining childcare does not help working parents. It hurts them. That's why we're here standing firmly with you, Attorney General James, as you fight to protect these programs and the families they serve. Every child deserves stability, care, and the chance to thrive.
All right, so they're shutting down facilities, this, that, and the other. Let's skip to...
King and founder and CEO.
Oh, she was done, actually. Let's just back up.
These programs and the families they serve. Every child deserves stability, care, and the chance to thrive. Thank you.
My whole thing is, you know, it's new administration. Clearly, Trump wants to do everything opposite of Biden. You know, he's a vindictive person. My whole thing is we have one president, so people need to fucking try to, you know, come into some common ground. My whole thing is if you're shutting down these services, kick my volume up a touch. Copy that. What's up with you, bro? My thing is if you're shutting down all these services, there should be something there to replace it, right? So, you know, we'll see how things go, but we do run a risk that certain privileged communities might get hurt, but I just don't want to hear it from Letitia and her group. That's how I see it. I don't want to hear it from them. I'll hear it from anybody else, and I'll take notes and figure it out. But the fact that, like, bro, what? The fact that you're having this literal beef with the president of the United States, and then you're going to come and turn around and sue him over some fucking bullshit programs and shit. Oh, the poor people in the programs. Listen, there is probably a serious issue that may arise with a bunch of these systems closing down. But again, I don't want to fucking hear it from you because you're a scammer. Why would I want to hear some shit like that from you? Like, let me hear it from somebody who hasn't been caught scamming me. Shit. Let me hear it from someone who hasn't been caught misrepresenting how much they have on their mortgage. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like, it seems like more of a personal attack. And they're trying to use these situations as an excuse. I just find the timing spectacularly perfect. The timing's really good if this is just out of the kindness of her hearts as an attorney general.
Thank you. And now, last but certainly not least, we'll hear from Charles King, and founder and CEO of Housing Works and longtime HIV/AIDS activist. Charles?
Thank you, Attorney General James, and I want to thank you and the other attorneys general for bringing this litigation to restore and preserve health and human services. I'd like in my remarks to underscore 4 key elements that...
This guy said, "Oh, I didn't know you were a Trump supporter." Peace. What a fucking dead brain dumbass. Peace. Goodbye. This is why I never reveal my political sentiment, because people are fucking morons. I'm talking about fact that we have a damn president, and this guy's saying, "Oh, you're a Trump supporter. Oh, you're a Trump supporter? Peace. Peace out. You're a Trump supporter." Shut the fuck up. Why are people so fucking dense in the brain, bro? I don't fucking understand it, dog. I need to smoke to that. That shit got me stressing out. The fuck is going on with some people, dog? It's like the second politics get brought up, everybody loses all their fucking sense of self-respect. Like, Jesus Christ. This is why I never publicly state who I voted for or who I support or anything, because people are fucking immature babies. And then when you don't disclose who you're supporting, then motherfuckers try to start assuming who you support. Why don't you just go get some money and pay your fucking bills? That's what I would tell you, Eggplant.
Your lawsuit addresses.
What's up, Summer? How you doing? Welcome in, Summer.
First is the elimination of HIV services and prevention out of the Centers for Disease Control. From the inception of the epidemic, the Centers for Disease Control has been critical in helping the community design effective...
I hope that replacement surgery went well, Mitzi. I hope you recover well.
...interventions to prevent the transmission of HIV. And right now, it is the principal source in most states across the country of access to pre-exposure prophylaxis to prevent people who are at risk of HIV from contracting the disease. The role of the CDC is even more important now because up until now, we've only had a daily pill to prevent HIV, and we now have new, longer-lasting pre-exposure prevention devices.
That's that PrEP pill. That's that good old PrEP pill. You pop it. It's supposed to help you not catch that shit or something like that. Shit. I don't know what the science is doing, but I wouldn't trust no fucking pill. That's all I would say. Shit.
And need them approved and implemented across the United States. And this gutting of the CDC is going to prevent that from taking place. There's also the transformation that is happening at HRSA, which has...
Okay, so cut out services pretty much. And he's going to go through a sad story, and that's going to be it. So let's go and see what she has to say. Now, remember, guys, don't get caught up in the politics, okay? We're focusing on one person, Letitia James. So some of these situations may have real merit to them. But see, there's a problem. We have the wrong person spearheading that shit, okay? So, again, the focus is Letitia James and her scandalous ways. The secondary information is what they're talking about, because I firmly believe, like, you could be a good leader. I mean, you could lead properly and be scandalous. But typically, if you're that corrupt as they say she is, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Listen, put somebody else up there to tell me about the problems we're experiencing in this country. Put somebody else up there, not Letitia, because I have trust issues. You feel me? I already got trust issues. Oh, she's scamming people with how many people live in her buildings and shit. No, I got trust issues already. I don't even want to hear it from her. Shit. And that's how most politicians are. But let's continue.
James.
Thank you. And we will now take on-topic questions.
Thanks so much, Attorney General. Reminder, if you have a question, please use the raise hand feature. Give us just a moment. Thanks so much.
Good old plastic wrap and some Vaseline is a lot cheaper if you don't have Obamacare. What the fuck? What the fuck? DJ Meow, you living out here. You living wild out here. You living wild in these streets. Some Vaseline and plastic wrap. Fuck it. Nah, I hear you though. Fuck all them bills. Shit. Home remedy that shit. Jimmy rig that shit. What the fuck is happening? She's just staring at us. It's unsettling, and she has a slightly lazy eye. I do too, so I'm not even gonna. Ooh. But her slightly lazy eye kind of fucks with me sometimes. Her lazy eye fucks with me. Not being petty or anything. I'm just saying.
Thanks so much, everybody. Aria Bendix from NBC, go ahead.
Thank you for taking my call. Attorney General James, I'm just curious if you feel like your office has an accurate understanding of all of the funding cuts and staffing cuts that have been.
You say Letitia. Hey Siri, how much is Letitia James, Attorney General, New York, worth? It's probably incorrect. She's probably worth more than that.
Letitia James's net worth was $15 million in 2024.
Fuck! God damn it. Man, man, fuck this YouTube shit, bro. Listen, I'm sorry. Fuck that. I'm going to become a senator. I already fucked up. Nope, I don't have any face tats or tattoos on my hands. I'm going to just be a long sleeve senator. Fuck it. $14 million in 2024, and you know that's not correct. Let's add a little 5-6 million on top of that. God damn. What did I tell you? These political servants become fucking trillionaires out of nowhere. Well, no, she's been in politics forever, so I will give her that. She's been in politics forever. But still, dude, like, god damn. Anyways. Yeah, that's, man, listen, man. And you know, man, Trump hates her. And something tells me she hates Trump. Trump is going to go after her. And clearly she's going after him. Man, listen, this shit's gonna get ugly, folks. So I'm over here getting hyped up about this shit. She has the means to fight this. Don't listen. This is not a fucking cockroach in the corner. Trump might be the president, but she also has the means to. We'll see what happens, man. This is some crazy shit, bro. But this is what happens. This is the equivalent to the friend group that gets messy. It's like everybody was cheating in the little friend group, but then this guy gets caught, and then he exposes so and so, and then that whole relationship gets all fucked up, and now it's just there for everybody to see. This shit happens on the daily. big dog. But now it's just that Trump hates her and she hates Trump. Now we all get to see it. We get a sneak preview into all the fuckery that goes on behind closed doors. But make no mistake, this happens on a calm, cool April evening every fucking day. People are scamming their way to the top. To the tippity top. That shit's crazy. Sign me up for senator, man. Shit, what do I gotta do? Run for like a fucking, I don't know. We're gonna figure it out.
Been issued to date, and who is responsible for those, and if there's a difficulty tracking them, how you're sort of going about getting your information.
So we are still getting declarations from the governor's office, and we also have a hotline where individuals also are filing complaints here in the New York State office. But we are also hearing from all of the other states, from Arizona, from Colorado, from California, from Connecticut, from Delaware.
From Colorado.
From Illinois, from Maine, from Michigan, from Maryland, Minnesota, New Jersey, New Mexico, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, Washington.
Oregon. I like how she pronounces shit.
In Wisconsin and the District of Columbia. We believe we have a good handle on the elimination and or reduction in programs and in services, and also as it relates to reduction in force RIFs. We are not filing at this point in time a preliminary injunction. We will file that later on in the week, but we are continuing to accumulate and gather information on the ground with respect to the complete destruction of HHS and all of its programs.
Type shit. Feel it. I feel it. Man, I told you this chick was rich, bro. Rich than a motherfucker. The nasty rich.
Thank you so much, Attorney General. And
Stinks how rich she is. You could smell the rich coming off of her. Fuck. That fucking vest is rich. That hairstyle is rich. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
thank you so much for the question. Not seeing any others at the moment, we will end today's press conference. Thank you again to our esteemed guests for joining us this afternoon. Have a great afternoon. Happy Monday. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
New York State Attorney General Letitia James live stream. Boom, bam, skibbity, bam, bam, wham. That was it, folks. Listen, I'm fried. I'm tired. I'm about to hop off of here. I just wanted to tap in with the people. Sorry if I'm low energy. I've been getting battered with needles for the past 5 hours, so I'm kind of out of it. But I appreciate y'all for coming through. I love you guys. Except for that guy who left off of Assumption. No, I'm fucking with you. I love him too. No, I don't. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. Oh shit. You're seeing my analytics. What? Oh no, oh man, you could tell I'm fried. I'm letting you guys see the chaos that is my background screen. Don't look at that. Listen, you guys didn't see that. Okay? I'm a very organized fucking person. Whatever you saw, it's not real, okay? Shit. Don't be coming and saying I'm unorganized, I'm disorganized. No, I'm not.